In today's education news, a High Court has rejected the NAHT's Ofsted report card challenge. In May, the National Association of Head Teachers filed a claim for judicial review, saying that its members feared the increase in the number of sub-judgments with these new report cards, and it's only going to increase high-stakes accountability and pressure, which I think most of the teacher profession would agree with, which has been rejected by the High Court, saying these are not matters for this court. In my judgment, there's no arguable error for these matters. He added, it is for Ofsted to decide how to conduct its inspections in the way which, in its expert judgment, is most effective. Expert judgment? The same expert judgment that was found guilty in a coroner's inquest to have caused the death of a colleague. That same expert judgment, yeah. While taking account of the risk to the wellbeing of teaching staff and leaders. But Ofsted don't care about the wellbeing of teachers. They never have, and they never will, from what they're suggesting with their reforms, which are just more of the same, except all our workload is going to go through the roof, and we're going to continue to see over 40,000 teachers leave the profession directly and in some cases indirectly due to Ofsted. So whenever Ofsted talk about caring about the wellbeing of teachers, they don't. It's lip service. It always has. The only thing Ofsted care about is Ofsted and sort of justifying their own existence, which is, again, what these reforms are basically based on. So the General Secretary, Paul Whiteman of the NAHT, has said it is disappointed, but it was always being brought forward on a very narrow point of law relating to the validity of Ofsted's consultation process for the new framework. He is now looking at considering an appeal and consulting with members of the NAHT on whether to take industrial action, because he says there is an acute and basic health and safety issue recognised by an independent report commissioned by Ofsted itself to say that this new inspection framework is going to have a detrimental impact on the well-being of teachers and school leaders, and Ofsted have just basically ignored it. The Chief Inspector, though, has welcomed this High Court decision, surprise, surprise, saying that Ofsted has consulted extensively on its the big listen, which you won't publish the findings of. I wonder why. And he's saying that these report cards will be better for parents and also better for students, as it will help to raise standards. Nothing annoys me more in education than when Ofsted try and make out like they raise standards. Like an Ofsted inspector has ever made any of us better teachers. Ofsted never have and never will raise standards. What they do is they check standards, which is fine, but I hate it when they make it out like they're improving education, when, like I've said, they're pretty much the main reason we are losing so many incredibly talented teachers, because they're being burnt out by this toxic, heavily scrutinised system led by Ofsted. This new inspection framework is going to be launching this month, and I've had messages from some schools who have trialled it saying it's terrible. I've heard a lot more negatives than positives, but he says they have every confidence that head teachers will recognise the changes are fair and the inspection will take staff wellbeing fully into account. Oh, well. And that the whole experience is collaborative and constructive. I would love that. That's exactly what I would love from Ofsted, but there is nothing from what they are saying that is making me think that this is nothing more than more of the same. Getting rid of the toxic one-word grades, replacing it with a nice little colour chart, and it's the same pressure, same level of scrutiny, same subjectivity, same inconsistency, same lack of Ofsted being held accountable when a couple of the toxic inspectors visit schools. You know, I'd love to be proved wrong, but I just feel it's more of the same. So I hope the unions can carry on trying to challenge it, because I just don't think it's going to improve anything, and it's going to further contribute to the dreadful retention crisis we have in teaching.